up, we have Monique Franklin. Now, Monique is a poet and a mom and a just all-around phenomenal human being. Actually, all three of the writers have been writing up until yesterday. So when we talk about it being fresh, I mean really fresh. You all are the first audiences to hear these complete works. Right now, we would like to welcome to the stage Monique Franklin. Can you guys turn the house lights up for just 1 second? Do you see them?
Yes.
Nothing to be afraid of, right?
Right.
They're all here supporting you. Okay?
Thank you.
That's what we're talking about right here. Thank you guys for being part of the process. Yeah?
Yes.
They're just here to help you get the experience.
Thank you.
It's all about you, it's not about them. Yeah.
What mamas do? Mamas wake up early after going to bed late. Mamas educate, not just her own, but a whole nation, so she can later cry tears of pride in crowds at graduations. Mama knows angels who act like hell. Mama work a full-time job and sometimes two, raising kids, working while going to school to put her passion in priority. Mamas do what they got to do. Mama is a multitasker, queen of excellence detail manager. Mama could go to the moon and she could report back on the facts that NASA has missed, like the difference between a twinkling star and a crying one. Some mamas are grandmamas and then are mamas again. Mama makes apple bottom cakes and piñatas. She is short on excuses and tall on projects, addicted to getting that good deal. Mamas are generous. Grumpy mamas can be dangerous, I repeat. Grumpy mamas can be dangerous, more dangerous than approaching a pride of lions in a zebra costume. Mamas are people too, bold and scared, lonely and brilliant, sacrificing and selfish, flawed and favored. Mamas come in all kinds of flavors, and that's the truth. However, no one can do what mamas do.
To be young, gifted, and black.
When I was 21 years old, I had an English professor who told me I could write a mean metaphor. She asked me, "How did you get so smart?" So I told her about the time that white plantation owner came and said to her, black folks didn't have no need of education. Well, my mama replied, "I know you got some black children around here somewhere, but don't none of them live in my house, so don't you ever come around here talking about my children don't need to learn how to read and write." I started first grade when I was 4 years old. Graduated high school, I was a valedictorian. My professor encouraged my writing, and then she told me, no matter what you do, don't ever get pregnant because that would ruin your life. Well, about a month later, I got pregnant. I decided to have an abortion. I sacrificed this child for my future. But I didn't realize what it would feel like to have the life sucked out of me, or how the sound of the machine haunts, or sometimes how you can't help but dream of what that child might have done, or how your empty hand never feels quite natural. Or no matter how hard you cry and plead for forgiveness, the voice of that child that was never allowed to form will never whisper condolences to you. And after that, I knew I'd never have children. I knew I'd never be a mother. I'd never do what mothers do. It's funny how plans don't always work out. There came a summer day where the smell of barbecued salmon turned my stomach. And it turned my world upside down because I knew I was pregnant. And I knew this time I was keeping it.
Hear what your mother said, read the books your father read, trying to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, others take a different view. My.
It's not polite to kick, I say. Scolding you, the child hidden inside my belly. A mass that has accumulated over time, like sand piling high on a dune. Ignoring me. 2 kicks are followed by a third. The impact dissipates before reaching my hand, gently resting on the surface. My head is propped on a pillow. My body warm beneath the soft blue blanket. I labor to raise one eye. The clock glows 1:16 a.m. I bend my head to straighten the path my voice will travel. What are you doing in there? I say. Smiling eyes heavy. We should be asleep. But I trust my body knows. I remember the silhouette of your face on the ultrasound screen. Your lips, liquid, wet kisses. As I fall asleep, whispering, good night, little one. I've got 9 months before this baby comes. I got 9 months to get me together. I don't think you heard me. I said I got 9 months to get me together. See, I'm a loner. I'm an independent person operating under the assumption that I can do all things on my own. Humanity is not what I get out of bed for in the morning. On the whole, I really don't like you much. Don't take it personal. It's just that you lack moral fortitude and the ability to enact fairness. I wonder if I could have my baby on the nearest Earth-like planet. I hear it's only 13 light years away. But that's what it's going to take, me moving at the speed of light in order to create some place safe for this child to be in this world. Starting with me. Analyze 25 years of experiences and behavior, get a counselor and try to fix it all in 3 months. Examine your close relationships, have conversations, set boundaries. Step 3, study. Study, because study has always worked for me before. Study about pregnancy, about labor, about parenting, about discipline, and then breathe. Breathe. I know one thing very clearly. I can't do this on my own. Mosi, firstborn, a name, the first gift. Nadia, hope, a name, a verbal amulet. Umi, life, A name, a mnemonic device for my child to remember the might of their people. Liam, my people, my nation, and to access the brilliance that they were born with. Aniko, ancestor, a name to pull from the genius of past generations. Amir, strong, powerful, mighty, a name to remember who they are despite the world we live in. Makah, earth, a name, a spell of protection. Karma, fate, destiny, a name, an intention, a proclamation of greatness, of freedom, of health. Tia, talented, a name, a whisper, a mantra, truth spoken to injustice. Do not answer to those who do not know your name. Nabia, intelligent, a name, a shield. Naima, content and happy, a name, a her story, a history, a name. But not even a name can provide absolute protection. Emmett! You don't hurry up, we're gonna miss that train. I tried to bribe him with driving lessons to come with me for the summer in Nebraska, but he had his mind made up. I can't compete with Uncle Moses' stories about Mississippi, a summer filled with fishing, running around with his cousins, feet in the earth. I just wish we could spend more time together is all. I wake up in the morning at 5 a.m. and he cooks me breakfast. I come home and pork chops and corn is on the table. My son told me, Mama, if you go to work and make the money, I'll take care of the house. I hadn't imagined when I was staying up late nights in high school, being the only black kid in class, graduating on the honor roll, that my life would be like this. And I had no idea when I married Lewis that I'd be raising Emmett on my own, working 12-hour days. And I don't know what makes a man try to kill the mother of his child, but he picked the wrong one, I tell you. He tried to put his hands around my throat, and I threw hot water on his ass. I sure did. And I tried to get married again, but just didn't work out. And then I realized that heaven is neat. Swinging from Duke to Basie, from star to star. I tried to do it, that duet. But I got tired of covering up scars. So I soloed outside of his ragtime composition, a cage made of bars. Hailed Cab Calloway, the driver of my getaway car. Those big band-born hit cats allowed me to leave that riff-raff on a high note that spoke, I ain't your pitch. We finished. I sailed away in my musicianship undiminished. My solo debut imbued my bass with hues. Unabused, my tune wasn't all blues. I was brand new and feeling Nina Simone good too. Emmett's smile and humor got me through some really rough spots. Emmett, where you going without your bags? You better come back here and give me a kiss goodbye. April 9th, 2003, you were born. When I heard you cry for the first time, it made me feel so happy. The emotions were very intense, and it's not something you can really explain. And one day you may experience it too. Everyone said you look just like me. I thought you looked beautiful. I love you always. April 9, 2004. Happy birthday. I can't believe you're 1. You're a big girl now. Keep reminding myself that you're not a baby anymore. I'm making you a birthday quilt. I have all the material and I will sew it this summer when I get out of school. You've been doing so much these last couple of months. You say mom, milk, up, down, and more. You like to turn the light switch on and off in our bedroom. You can get off of your rocking pony all by yourself. You like to do the hand movement to the itsy bitsy spider. And you especially like the wheels on the bus go round and round. Especially the part about the up and down, up and down. July 1st, 2005. You have always loved the water and swimming. You took swimming lessons with me one session. You wanted to try everything by yourself. I wonder where you got that from. You wanted me to let you go in the pool, so I did. You tried to swim, and you sank to the bottom. I let you stay there for a while. Then I pulled you out, and you spit it out, and then you said, let's do it again. And I said, no. And for the rest of the lessons, I put you in a life jacket so you could have some freedom and safety while in the pool. I'm so impressed with your willingness to try new things and your fearlessness. Now, I've read all the books on positive discipline. I even utilize timeout. Not just for her, for me too. But there comes an occasion when my daughter does not respond to physical prompts. And that's when I break out the WAC. WAC 388-15009. Physical discipline of a child, including reasonable use of corporal punishment, is not considered abuse. When it is reasonable and moderate and is inflicted by a parent, me, for the purpose of restraining or correcting the child. I spank and I advertise. If you keep that up, you're going to get a whooping. But the thing that gets me is that even with the prompts, the education, the reminders, it still comes as a surprise to my daughter. And this is no exception. No, I don't want to get a whooping. The time to not get a whooping was 5 minutes ago. With that, my daughter runs out the front door like a runaway slave. I open the door and just pop my head out because I'm naked. And I said, get your butt back in here. Not realizing this is not the best combo, naked and threats. My daughter runs up the hill, grabs the fence, and as she's jumping over the fence, she yells out, you tried to treat me like a slave, and takes off down the street. At that moment, I look up at the sky. Really? Really, like a slave? I'm a mother. I'm not a slave master. I'm a mother. I don't whip people. I want people. There's a difference. I get in my car, drive down the street, where I see my fugitive slave talking to the police and the fire department. I walk up on her as she is explaining her unauthorized travels. My mom and I were at the park, and somehow I got lost and ended up here. No, that's not what happened. You ran out the house trying to get away from a whooping. My daughter looks at me, looks at the police and the fireman, and then says, My mom and I were at the park, and I got lost, and I ended up here. The police officer and the fireman, without words, back away from me and my child. We make it to the car. Then I realize that I am in the midst of a full-scale slave revolt. And I never understood that scene in Roots where they kept whipping Kunta Kinte and they kept asking him his name, and he kept saying, "My name is Kunta Kinte," because I know what kind of slave I would have been. The overseer would have lifted up his arm one good time, and I would have been like, "My name is Mary. My name is Mary. Whatever you need, I got you." Me, Mary. And now I realize that I'm in the car with Kunta Kinte. And I am driving my daughter to my mother's house as so not to kill my child. I'm a mother. I'm not a slave master. I don't want to break my child's spirit. I'm realizing that childhood for her is very inconvenient because this chick done been here before. And sometimes motherhood, single motherhood, gives me the straight up blues. And I wonder, how the hell did I get this job? Overtime, no benefits. And sometimes I just cry. And sometimes I just break open the blues. Break the blues open, spinning like a tired old soul at the age of 45, needle in the groove. Spin those 45s in succession and watch those tears come running from the corner of Mama's eyes where she hides her well-grown matters. Dip your ladle and sip her sadness. She makes matters of her own soft like mattresses. She sleeps in sheets on hard times because she knows that there is no use in wondering why money has got lots of friends. Break the blues open because a lonely pain like this would have beat the snot out of Superman. A deferment like this would have everybody taking out college loans. But somehow she makes it alone on the memory of what a little love can do, what a little moonlight can do. Through her darkness, her indigo days, she keeps singing because talking to oneself ain't cool. But singing to oneself is acceptable. Like eating all your vegetables, especially those we strangely call fruit. See, Mama somehow knows how to make juice, even out of strange fruit. So go on, go ahead, I dare you to break open the blues. Sometimes she wakes up like an Alvin Ailey dancer. One arm stretched across her body. She slowly rotates her head in the direction of my good morning music. Eyes closed, she whispers, "Can I sleep for 5 more minutes?" Probably so she could curtsy and bow and pick up her roses off the stage. I won't wake her and make her trade Carnegie Hall for honey bunches of oats in the morning. Dream, baby. Dream big. My daughter has 3 names, and they mean one who reasons with intelligence, health, mighty and powerful. And when I named her that, I said, that should do it. That should get her through this world as a woman. But here's the thing. I didn't really think about what it would be like to parent a child with a name like that. And now, every so often, I kind of wish I would have named her something like one who listens quietly. Or extremely helpful. In academia, I've been successful in a lot of things. I have a lot of success in mathematics, physics, chemistry, and computer science. All these things have rules that don't change or change in predictable ways, but children change all the time. And sometimes it's personal, and that messes up my whole algorithm. But I'm learning to embrace the challenges and my evolving humanity. I know where I'm going. I'm happy and I'm powerful. Walk, woman, walk. That shoulder jive and neck noose untie and walk. Walk like you sure enough know the way to freedom. Walk like you never needed nothing but your heart and soul strut. Your face saying, watch me, I got it. I said, watch me, I got it. I got soul and I'm super bad. Because even in super bad times, you don't let your tape drag. You live to wiggle the funk between your toes. When you get lost, you reach for that flashlight and continue to write neon prose, remembering what you already know. Everybody's got a little light under the sun, so you can just stroll. Walk, woman, walk. Like your ideas defy gravity, you are what you think. You stay grounded, but you are not held down by defeat. Walk like the clouds are outfitted in your ink. Your best line inscribed in metallic silver streaks. Walk, woman, walk, like you're looking for something loud, like the yell-o of the sun, hollering. We are people of the mighty, mighty people of the sun. Walk like you are the one. Like your inner soul is pouring out of every fuse on your face. Meander like you're slow as Flojo winning the race. While your actions move at light speed, your intentions keep pace. Walk, woman, walk, like the beat of your heart is the one beneath your feet. When pressing soul tracks for the next generation, don't be afraid to rewind and refeed. Your master's collection will be cool and complete as long as you keep walking. Walk, woman, walk.